Everybody.
Engagement.
They can talk all they like.
That means everything.
Don't forget that. You heard it, folks!
Hey, it's me. How's it going, everybody?
And it's me.
And it's Coral also.
I'm also here.
Coral is a hidden invisible voice in the background, our other editor on the channel. Here to help with looking at chat and telling me funny things that people are saying, because I'm going to be playing a video game and not paying attention to that at all. Can people hear these sounds? Can people hear the sound effects? I don't know if that's a thing.
Okay.
Yes, I think it is. The clapping. Yeah, okay, cool. Hi, everybody in the chat that's here. Thank you for waiting a few minutes. I'm technically starting early on this, but I just wanted to kind of just sit here and hang out and talk with you for a little bit before I jump into the video juego. Hello, Adam. You're here to moderate. Thank you. Or help with that. Justin, hello. I see the claps. I'll clap. I clap back for you.
You see the claps. You see the bats.
You see the bats. I see whatever this is. With the hands and the lip and the eyes. That's good. Clone Yoshi. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
It's obviously this. There was a the hands out to the side thing reminds me that was a very consistent move that the high school color guard would do in my marching band. There was like the instructor of the band of the color guard would often put that move in. That's all. Nobody cares about that. Hey, Phantasm and all, Aussie Dragoon. I'm recognizing lots of people in here. It's cool to see everybody.
Dublin, Ireland.
Oh my gosh, Ryan from Dublin. So we're appearing to you in the future. That's pretty cool.
Angel of Death, I see your comments on our shorts all the time.
Yes. And on the podcast episodes, I believe.
That was meant to be positive? I don't know why that sounded so sarcastic.
I see you on the thing.
I genuinely appreciate it, yeah.
We did take out Mr. Wing from the channel background. I'm so sorry about that. It was a bunch of channel memes, and we realized they were getting kind of old and not like known to most of the newest subscribers who make up more than half of our subscriber base now.
The editor has been here for years.
Yeah, yeah, or for you, yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be I redid it with the all the main heroes, I guess you could say, of the DCAU, because that felt good. A lot of them wound up being Justice League members because it just kind of happens, but yeah. Thank you, Phantasm, for the banner art or banner compliment. Favorite vid is the Robin Suit Conundrum. That's good. That's a good one. I'm a fan of that one. A lot of the videos we've been putting out lately have been like, oh man, is this now the new like best video? So that's always cool when people resonate.
Certified bangers, every single one of them.
Yes, exactly. That's the goal. Can everyone hear Coral, by the way? I'm sure that you can.
I was gonna ask.
I'm pretty sure you're coming through from what I can see on the setup here. So
People of the internet.
Yeah. Say something that only we would know that you said if you said it. Tim Allen sound effect. Adam says yes. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. But okay. Yeah, if anyone has not seen or cannot read the title of the thing down here, I'm going to be playing Batman Arkham Knight with DCAU-style skins on the characters, mods. If you haven't caught up or been keeping up with the tweets I've been making on the website called Twitter, we were having a lot of problems with the BTAS Batmobile. I really wanted to get that working. I had it working for a little bit, and then as soon as you get to any point in the game where you need to go into battle mode or it does any sort of quick time animation with the Batmobile that's not like a part of the B-Test Batmobile, like an extra bit of that has to slide or open or something like that, the game would just crash. Like it would just show us this giant list of errors and all this stuff. So I tried a million things to get it to work, and eventually I just gave up and deleted those, and then did a poll to see if people wanted me to still do Arkham Knight with just the character skins, or Arkham City with the B-Test default skins that are actually like official downloadable content for that game. And Knight won out as we sort of expected it to, but that doesn't mean that I won't be also playing that, or maybe switching back and forth from time to time or something. This is going to be pretty casual, as if you've joined our lives in the past, you are aware of. Are any of the characters replaced with Mr. Wing? No. There's a lot of Mr. Wing love in the chat, but I don't dislike.
We do have that upcoming Mr. Wing blood cannon. So
of course, yeah. We always have
all of the work we've been putting into that.
Mm-hmm. Every video actually starts off as a Mr. Wing retrospective, and then as soon as we get into the nitty gritty, and then we're just like, oh man, there's actually a lot more about a different subject, so we just kind of switch over to that one. I'm sorry about that.
In every video we've put out this year, I've hidden Mr. Wing in there somewhere, but he only appears after you've seen the video 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta,
Yeah, YouTube knows. YouTube flips it into the different version of the video after
it's like a whole
viewed it
thing.
100 times. Yeah. It's a cool feature that they just started doing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and boot up the game, and we'll just jump right into it. Philip DeFranco, why don't we? I gotta do that off screen though. Tim R. Someone should do a mod that turns Man-Bat into Mr. Wing. Yeah, I agree. That would be good.
Would be good.
Yes.
See, but you couldn't do it for Arkham Knight because
that's true. It would just crash. Someone should do a mod that turns the Batmobile into Mr. Wing. Just
the Batmobile
evening the odds.
is Mr. Wing.
He just jumps down and swerves. Mr. Wing swerves around the corner.
He's just kind of leaning over with his arms out or his wings out.
Yeah, exactly. And Batman still, when we had the B-Test Batmobile, the JLU Batman mod's head was just like sticking out, like clipping through the top of the Batmobile, like he was an action figure just shoved in there. It was pretty good.
And the invisible Batmobile.
Yeah, then there was another moment where the Batmobile just didn't load in at all and was just invisible.
You guys get blown up from the ether.
Yeah. People in the chat watching, everybody, please let me know if the audio levels are good between me and the game and Coral and everything, because we can only do so many tests without actually seeing it from your side of things. So if it's weird, please let me know. I'll show off the little the mods that we've got active here. I was playing as the Cape Crusader mod last, so that's the one that's loaded in. It is very good. I was pretty pleased with how well it was, like the shadows and highlights and everything actually worked pretty good on this guy.
Ultranerd is letting us know that your webcam is tiny and hard to see, and I'll say I agree, it is pretty small.
Okay, well I can make it a
like
little bit
30% bigger than it is.
Let's see here.
And Arkham Knight crashes.
Right. How's that? Is that better? I don't want to block too much of the game.
You could probably stand to do just a bit more.
A little bit more? Okay.
I'm realizing that I wouldn't see it because I'm watching the stream on a
delay,
yeah,
you're seeing it a little bit delayed.
Don't listen to me at all.
I won't. I think that's probably
give me
better.
just a second. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll let Ultranerd decide. Oh, hey, Ahmad. What's going on, dude?
Oh, hey.
Ahmad is in the chat.
Yeah, well, sorry that's awful timing on my part for starting a stream right when you sent us the thing, but I will get to that immediately afterward here. Yeah. I also was playing as the Batman Beyond skin here for a little bit. And I don't think that boop just came through from Discord, but maybe it did. We'll see.
I'm hearing it.
But yeah, this is another like sort of animated style mod where it's very cell shaded, and also they did a really good job with this one with the highlights and the way that they bounce off the costume and all that. Check out his bat feet down here. They got the little boot
So good.
oh my god, heels. Those are what they are. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with JLU Batman at least to start. I think I do need to go make a new
Designing Batman.
start a new game though, because we were playing through it a little bit to test some stuff. Do subtitles on because I got the volume.
Rob people of the incredible majesty that is the first 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah, of course, exactly. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do JLU Batman. We got
TNBA Batsuit. Is there a TNBA Batsuit?
there's so this Robin was marked as New Batman Adventures. It's really just B-Task Dick Grayson with with Tim Drake colors.
I was gonna say, he's got the tall Dick Grayson head.
Yeah, it's too small. But yeah, but also the character in the game is Tim Drake, so I figure I might as well. The other option for the DCAU Tim Drake is fucking this guy who looks incredibly stupid because it is the
it's the Rise of Sun Tzu.
Yeah, it's the like Batman Vengeance Sun Tzu model, just directly in the like copy pasted somehow, which I don't.
So polygonal.
If they can do that, I don't know why they can't do the Arkham City B-Test mods, just copy paste or whatever, but I'm not a guy that mods stuff, so I don't know. For Catwoman, there's the B-Test skin that I'm probably just going to go ahead and set it to. This was the only animated one. So the, like there's no new Batman Adventures Catwoman yet that I've seen, so just
college dick skin, exactly.
Yes, yeah, the college dick skin, of course. So you can even measure the dicks. Nightwing here for Dick Grayson. I like that his what are those called? Eskrima sticks or something like that are still like the same.
I've just seen them referred to as billy clubs.
Yeah, they're just
them being electrified. It makes them different.
Something like that. I don't really know. You would think I would know. I know it's grapnel gun with an N. That's all I care about.
You would know, James.
Mm-hmm. And then we got DCAU Harley as well, whose head is gigantic and makes it have no neck from that. I don't know if that's like a hitbox thing where like they have to keep her head the exact same height or something, but it's a little funny, but it's still kind of cool. I also don't know why the automatic spoilers, I guess, that Arkham Knight is Jason Todd, but
automatically
it's automatically set to red hood.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, they just don't even care now. They're like, yeah, everybody knows. But I think I'm going to put it on the normal guy because that will look cooler, I guess.
Yeah, red hood version. Is that the Anne Hathaway Catwoman?
Yeah. No, that's Batman 66. Yeah, Catwoman.
Sorta.
There's like 3 Catwomen in that show.
Oh, that's right. 66.
But I don't actually remember the name of. It might be Julie Newmar. Yeah, it's definitely not Eartha Kitt. I can tell you that.
No, definitely not. Yeah. Where is Madame Zeroni? I feel like that's another one that would be weird to hear the voice actor coming out of, because you were playing as Pattinson and Kevin Conroy's voice was coming out.
Oh yeah. The Pattinson Kevin Conroy was very strange.
So it's like Grey Lyle coming out of Julie Newmar.
I am going to turn down the volume for my sake because I can barely hear Coral talking over everything. So I hope that this isn't too low for everybody else. But whatever.
People are saying Julie Newmar or Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather, that's the other one. I've never remember who the third one is. It's just not as like famous of an actress, I guess. But okay, let's play this game. Go.
Yay.
You can watch
new
stuff.
Story.
This is where we get demonetized.
Oh yes,
let's talk over the top of this. Blah 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 blah. Never let it through. Never let the music through. No, I have not.
Just noise.
Yeah, I have not seen Joker 2. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters or not. I keep hearing bad things. I want to support movie theaters and movies, but I also wasn't a huge fan of the first Joker, so I have no like, oh my god, I gotta do it.
I've still yet to see it. I feel like I'm always one of those people who sees a movie like a year or two after it comes out.
Yeah.
And in the time that it had come out, the fan base around the movie had gotten weird. And so it was like, I don't think I want to watch it now. You know? But both Joker 2 and Megalopolis, the reactions I've seen to it give me this vibe of like, is there a part in the movie where like they tell the audience, now go tell everyone it's terrible? It's
right, yeah.
Experiment because
I mean, that would be
that's how overwhelmingly bad the reaction's been for.
Yeah, I bet for Megalopolis, I would believe it if there was that, considering how like meta the movie gets. Yeah,
subversive, weird thing it's trying to do.
Oh, and what happened?
This is how the Batman died.
Oh my god. We were talking last night or 2 nights ago now, doing tests for this, just being like, oh, this just tells you how the game ends or whatever.
Yeah.
Is Gordon's voice the guy from Breaking Bad?
Yes, I've been making that joke for like 2 days at you now,
okay.
And you have not once laughed at it because I don't think you know that character's name, and you just now confirmed to me that no, in fact, you do not know.
Okay, I don't know.
I've been saying Mike Ehrmantraut for like 3 fucking days.
Okay, I think I thought you were saying an actor's name, but then when I watched
character's name.
Yeah, well, when I watched back our little test footage that we did, I was like, wait a second, he sounds like Mike from Breaking Bad. And then I was like, oh, I immediately realized that that's what you had been saying that whole time. But whatever, it's over now.
Just that autistic need of mine to be like, did you hear my joke?
Yeah.
You didn't react properly.
Well, let me do it again.
Again.
Don't worry, I did. I just forgot that that's what you were doing. Hey, she missed a little bit.
You want a cup of Jawa juice?
Do you think Polly's Diner is like Paul Dini name combo? Or do you think...
always thought it was Paula Deen after the sex change.
Oh.
That's in poor taste, even as a trans person.
But Paula Dini, Polly's Diner? I don't know. Paul Diener? You know, a famous Batman writer, Polly's Diner. Here comes James Strecker to tell me about the smoking man.
This is absolutely something you would do.
I'm going to talk like that, too.
Wait here. I'll have a word.
If you had never had Aaron but still felt like dressing like a dad.
Yeah. Well, I was having to look through clothes, sorry, I'm trying to multitask, trying to look through photos. It's about to get real loud and spooky, but for Aaron's school, my kid's school, and oh my goodness, they had to, I'm shocked that this would happen in the game. I didn't know.
What does this remind me of? It might be Resident Evil, but
probably.
I keep looking at these like weird little alien things. I'm like, I've seen this before, and like obviously
it's from Batman Arkham Knight, I think.
Maybe, that might be.
I wonder if I can bypass.
We also discovered that you don't have to shoot.
I can bypass shooting the civilians. I'm going to try to do it again.
Empty your clip.
If I empty the gun, there you go. Now
before I'm able to point it at anyone.
Now I can't.
Don't have to kill anyone.
Now I can't shoot anybody. So I thought that I broke the game by doing that, but it has like a plan B built in for the zombie to just kill you. Yeah.
So it said, it's like, yes, it's rude and illegal to smoke indoors, but I would tell the manager. It's like, yeah, why do you need to tell a cop?
Yeah, hey, I know.
You, Mr. Armed person, can you go over there and deal with the person who's smoking a cigarette?
Yeah. Also, you looked over at that guy and saw like a burlap sack on the table with a bunch of gas coming out of it, and you went, oh, he's smoking a cigarette. That's what that is that I'm looking at.
I hadn't even caught that he wasn't actually smoking a cigarette. I thought he just also was smoking a cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you guys remember how in the other games you really enjoyed when Scarecrow would come out of nowhere?
Yeah.
What if he were the whole game? What if that was all? What if more was more?
You're already on the train of making fun of this game as we play it.
Oh, I will be a chug chug choo choo. You know.
I saw someone
That's me how
in the chat ask
not
something,
fun
but
this
it's
game
already
can be.
too far past it. I'm sorry. There was something I was going to respond to.
Ooh.
Oh, if I
Well, I
played
have a big
Arkham
long screen
Origins
here.
is what the question was. And yes, I did.
Not so many.
I fired it up once, got kind of weirded out by the lack of Kevin, and
Yeah.
just didn't finish it. It was like
I was
eh,
just weirded out by the
this
lack
feels
of
weird.
stuff. I don't know how best to describe it. Arkham Origins just feels like it's just very empty. Like they put a bunch of fog to try to hide the fact that the game isn't as like detailed or big or whatever, and then that just makes it even less detailed because you can't see past like one city block. So it just feels like a weird old PC game or something.
Oh yeah, I'll fully admit that while setting this up, I was rooting for Knight to fail so we could just play City.
Yeah, it really was. I'm gonna keep. This is still way too loud for me. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry if it's too quiet for everybody else, but you know.
Arkham City is superior. It's just a more fun game to be in.
Yeah, I mean,
Took just 24
we were
hours.
doing the tests and had to switch to Arkham City to just make sure that one worked as a plan B, and then yeah, I was already having more fun. Yeah.
It's like the game I was just playing, but like good. You're even saying like the combat feels better. It feels like you're
Yeah, it
actually,
felt
like, hitting people.
Smoother and yeah, like had more weight to it. I don't know.
Designing Batman.
So there you go. There's JLU Batman. Now we can stop playing Arkham Knight.
Yeah, now we can be done with this crap.
So his you remarked the other night that it looks like he's just got ink on his back.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't actually, the highlights on this mod I wish were a little better, but this is like version 4 or 5 or something of this guy that like he's been trying to work on the highlights for a while and just kind of having trouble with it, but it's still pretty cool to see him.
I'll say it looks better this time through than it did when we were playing the other night. I almost feel like maybe the Red Sky mod was kind of messing with how it reacts to
Oh,
light.
maybe. I don't know.
Because before it didn't feel like it was flowing or moving as much, versus now it feels like it's actually moving with the light that's around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks actually way better. I think that Red Sky mod was just...
It might have been, yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I
Like,
had...
it would have looked very cool, and it did look cool for when we were able to have it, but
Mm-hmm.
that's with too much diff.
Yeah, I had one more mod also that was giving us problems, which made the sky red like DCAU Gotham, but it was not worth the game continuing to crash from messing with the code of the game to do that. So
That's a very specific question, so I want to make sure I...
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you see it. Ryan asks, what's y'all guys' favorite Gotham City... Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Favorite Gotham City non-Bat family hero? Personally, for me, it's Simon Dark or Ragman.
I think if Black Canary counts, it's Black Canary, and not just because boobs and stuff, but there was a bit of time where when she was first introduced on JLU where I was like, oh, I got to learn more about this character, and just started reading Black Canary stories. And then I just got really mad that they never introduced her in any of the Batman cartoons as like a Gotham, crossover hero or whatever.
Gotham is for Batman and all Bat-associated characters.
The DCAU is for Batman, apparently, also.
In general. Yeah, Toasted Geeks, his Red Sky mod sounds sick. And it was. It looked really,
It was
really
cool, yeah.
You had to rewrite the code of the game to
Yeah.
get it to work. And that was very clearly going to mess with a game that on launch was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never liked... I only know Mike Ehrmantraut as his name. I don't know the actor's name. I've never really cared for him as Jim Gordon. It just...
I didn't...
it's
Yeah,
just-
I don't think I knew... Like, before all of this talk about, oh, is it Mike from Breaking Bad? I don't think I really realized that's who it was, but there was something scratching my brain of like, something's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's like how I feel about Harley Quinn in Batman Harley Quinn. I can't remember. It's the blonde girl from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name right now.
Melissa Rauch.
Yes. It's like, it's a good Harley voice. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It hits my ear so weird. I guess Kaylee Cuoco was probably a better example.
Sure, yeah.
Multiple times, is that I'm hearing too much of the actor.
Yeah. It took a while for me to not hate the lack of accent in that cartoon.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I have to remember that like Kaylee Cuoco's not like a voice actor, you know? Like this is probably her first and biggest foray into voice acting, and so I can forgive it a little bit.
Yeah.
But after the second watch, I was enjoying it a little bit more. It stood out to me still, but I was like, oh yeah, I can at least. I'm enjoying it still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Creeper parentheses Jack later.
Good job, Robin. Thank you.
Yeah, Robin.
Whoever subscribed. Charlie659. I don't know if you're here, but thank you. He's here. Oh, he is? Okay, cool.
I think it was just after this is where we crashed the first one.
Yeah. Oh my God, Batman.
Hail you, Batman.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more experienced. Ah, damn it. I hate that. A little more experienced. It is pretty cool regardless of, like, just to play as JLU Batman and see him doing these things. And it also, like, works better to have a mod like this or the BTAS one just to continue being Kevin Conroy and not, like, you know, whatever other version. Robert Pattinson was weird.
That was strange. Yeah. Wrong voice.
Mm-hmm.
The Lego Batman in a wheelchair, though. That was
yeah. It's still worth it, that one, yeah. Oh, I hope I selected the normal Batmobile. I didn't even check.
I also hope you selected.
Let's find out.
Batman's such a drama queen. Just, like,
yes, good. I wonder if he'll still stick out of it weird. Probably not. It would be funny if he was sticking out of it weird. Nope, he's right. Okay.
I was mentioning last night that when we were playing City and you had the animated series skin on for Catwoman, and it was Great Lyle's voice coming through. It was very like PS1 Scooby-Doo game, you know. This reminded me of.
Yeah, just really weird to.
And
I think you said it looked like the Telltale.
Yeah, a little bit of that too. I said both, but yeah, Telltale more so, I guess. But I think I was going to mention earlier is just that, like, you were saying that, like, regardless of what will happen,
Zack Snyder.
There's amount of work to get this all to happen, especially for a game that is just base level kind of jank.
Ooh.
Watchtower Database. Oh, the Watchtower Database.
Oh my God, Watchtower's here. Thumbs down. I understand.
Watchtower Database. That's funny.
Yeah, I know. Where is he? Where's it?
Oh, we did this last time too.
What? The driver escaped? Wow.
You failed.
Oh my
You
God.
really failed
What? Okay, I stopped the car. Time to get out of the Batmobile.
You've got this, Batman. He got away.
Yeah, why? How? Oh, cool.
Where do you stand? Obviously, there's debate and there's also fact, but where do you stand on the whole, like, Gotham being in New Jersey thing?
Gotham being what?
New Jersey.
Oh.
Like, based on...
I mean, maybe it's in this. I'm pretty sure we've had...
the version is, like, well, pretty explicitly supposed to be.
It's in New York in the DCAU.
It's what?
Which I only know from how many timeline videos we've done where we were looking at little, people's license plates or something, and it'll say the state.
Testing you, James. Yeah, well, I just have always gotten more of like a Chicago vibe from Gotham, like especially with the river running through it. Like obviously there's a Hudson, but it's just I don't know. I've always gotten more of a Midwest big city rather than a coastal big city. Batman doesn't kill. Batman just maims. Okay, thank you for the 5.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you so much.
You want to read that one, James?
Oh, I can. I can't read it. How
would you rank the games in terms of Kevin and Mark's performances?
Goodness. Let's see. Really quickly, before I answer that, I'm gonna try to figure out why the game capture. No, the monitor's off. It's so loud to me. Like whenever I'm driving and doing the Batmobile stuff, I cannot hear you at all. But I fear if I turn it down even more, that people are gonna just not be able to hear it. Let's see. I might just have to turn the game capture noise up, and then.
And is Mark in Night? What,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Am I forgetting a scene?
There's more than just a scene, baby.
It's been a long time since I played this game, so it's very possible I've just completely forgotten everything except for it's not Jason Todd.
Yeah. Let's see. In terms of their performances, it has been a while since I've played any of these, but it's interesting to put the JLU skin on this Batman because I can tell that Kevin is like much older than when he's playing the cartoon Batman. Like seeing the cartoon Batman and then the Arkham Knight Kevin Conroy voice coming out of him is like, oh, it's much gruffer and older. Doesn't necessarily make it bad, but I also feel like the first two are written by Paul Dini, so both he and Mark Hamill would have had a lot more like, oh, this feels like the cartoon to go off of. So I'd probably one of the first two, maybe Asylum, just because I played it the most. Is my answer, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably put Asylum at the top for pretty much anything, or not Asylum, City at the top for pretty much anything. I like probably Mark's performance best in City. I think I'm a big fan of City, so I think everything's kind of the peak of what Arkham has been in that game. So I think that's like kind of an obvious number one. Night to me feels a little bit phoned in, but I also don't remember any part of Mark's performance, so I can't really.
Yeah, well, I know for at least for Night, if not all of them, but I feel like more for this one. Kevin has talked about being in the recording booth and having to just record like thousands of lines of dialogue that for all the different possible things you can do in this game. What? Oh, this is good.
We found a bug.
Oh, it thinks there's a gargoyle there or something. That was weird. Anyway, God, that scared me for a second, considering all the times it's crashed on us. But yeah, so I agree with the phoned inness probably with that.
Yeah, probably 213. It's just, I mean, everything with Night was kind of such a nightmare production-wise and even release-wise. It's just like, it's kind of hard to compliment it on a lot of things, other than it's a Batman game where you get to be Batman in similar fashion to how you've been able to be Batman in the other Arkham games. But literally when you put down Night and you pick up City, you go, this is a better game.
Yeah.
Like it was within 5 minutes, you were already just like, oh yeah, this is just better. But Asylum's always just very fun. I'd say, that's a very close second to City. Just because obviously it was the first one, and there's always kind of the original better feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like by this time they were potentially just kind of doing a job, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Right, it's just that they're kind of you know, he has a list of 1,000 lines to get to.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you're just getting to him.
Something tells me this wasn't part of the plan.
Now, I'll say, probably by this point in Kevin's career, the voice had probably become a little flanderized in that it was like, this is the Batman voice now. You know, it's like, it's always good, but it's not to, you know, to integrate it at all. But like, especially with what, you know, I think people say the same thing about Mark's Joker, is that it's very much become its own character and has now kind of infected every other Joker performance.
Yeah. I don't remember if I sent it to you, but I watched a TikTok that was a guy talking about thinking Val Kilmer was the best Batman voice in live action, that he sounded a lot like Kevin Conroy. And then I watched a clip of him and was like, oh yeah, I can hear it. Like, it's the same kind of raspy, more emotional Batman or something. I don't know how best to describe it, but
what were you saying? I'm sorry, I was reading chat. Was it that he was more like the Pattinson sounded like?
No, Val Kilmer that sounded more like Kevin Conroy than any of the other ones. Yeah,
I'd say it's a similar kind of, you know, vibe to it. And it wouldn't shock me to find out that, you know, Kevin took a little bit of inspiration from their performance and tried to make it similar, since there was so much like, this is the cartoon of the live action movies, but they're not really related.
Yeah, they lump in my brain as the same kind of style of Batman or whatever. Yeah. We were talking also doing tests that this is a really stupid Poison Ivy costume.
Yes.
No, hello.
It's very like, if I saw this design in a game in 2008, I'd be like, yeah, it's just kind of how we were designing characters at the time. This having come out, I don't remember when this game came out.
15, I think. Yeah.
What's that?
2015, I think.
Yeah, even as late as it did, it's like, okay, where we just put her in panties and like a little shirt.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Well, I think I was saying, that like the first, like Arkham Asylum, I'm pretty sure this is her outfit because that's her like prison shirt that she just, I'm gonna tie it in a sexy way. And then now, why is she still dressed like that?
Okay, now we're just putting her in underwear, you know?
Yeah, you could have made her an actual design of some sort. I guess it stands out, but
like, you know, in past designs when she's been a lot more, you know, exposed, she's been covered a bit more by like plants and that kind of thing. It's also when she's a little less human, you know, when she tends to be more green and more like infused with the plant. Oh yeah, no problem with Arkham Ivy. She's like she's a really good character still, obviously. It's just this specific design is a little bit like, we couldn't have put pants on her.
Well, yeah, it's just more like it's a sexy lady than it's Poison Ivy. Like the vine on her arm and the tattoos, I guess they're tattoos, I don't know, are like the only thing kind of making me, it's Poison Ivy. But I agree that it's not a bad version of her.
Well, it's especially when everything kind of has a bit of a green hue to it. Like, the green character doesn't really stand out.
I really wish I knew why the game is so loud still for me.
Yeah, well, people in chat are saying that it's already really quiet for them. So
it's really quiet? Okay.
I'm wondering whatever your headphones specifically are plugged into. I mean, even just like, I wonder if the Windows little audio mixer it does, if you could adjust from there.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to look at that. Apologies for the people watching, but
roll over Discord and other stuff. So
let's see. I've got.
Let me get caught up on chat while you figure that out.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't believe that Sonic the Hedgehog voiced Batman. Crazy. I don't get it. But
I liked, someone pointed out Miriam from Baby Doll. I remember now that when we did that episode on Jump on the Bat-Wagon that, she voices Poison Ivy.
Game sounds 2% compared to your 100%.
Interesting. Okay, well, I've turned the stream's reception of the game's audio much higher up than it was, but I'm just trying to figure out if I can keep it to where, for me, I am not like, because look how low it is. It's basically at nothing.
Do you, like I said, in just like the regular audio mixer for, why have I got my fucking sync on? What am I doing here? Just on Windows, like, do you have separate little inputs?
I mean, I do inside the, I'm not sure where to look for that for the actual computer itself, but I can. I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I've now put the game at like 1, but I'm going to bump up OBS's capture of that audio a bunch, and we can see if that changes anything. Okay, keep going here. Resume.
Yeah, definitely let us know if you guys can't hear us or if it feels really imbalanced.
Hey, it's not invisible.
The visible Batmobile.
Yeah, this was the sequence where it was just nothing. So this is what was happening.
Feels like a These Nuts joke. Turn the dialogue to 0. Batman Arkham charades.
Yeah.
Batman, I've spotted 6 more unmanned tanks moving to Chinatown. They'll be there any second.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm remotely piloting it. That's after that cutscene was where we were suddenly like inside the building and everything was falling apart. Where do I need to go? Oh, I need to get Batman, I guess. Why am I still the Batmobile though? Oh my God. Oh, there we go. I need to shoot tanks is what I need to do.
Welcome to World of Tanks.
Yeah, oh my God. War Thunder, sponsored by War Thunder. How is the game volume, folks? There's a lot of explosions and loud things happening right now, so it might be helpful.
Better, it's worse. I don't know.
Pepper Ann. I wish Pepper Ann would make a cameo in Batman Arkham Knight. Yes, here I am. Okay.
Bat tank. Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
John DiMaggio is great. You're not wrong. Him and Kevin are a tie for me, purely because I remember him more as Bender than the Joker.
I need to know where those tanks are coming.
Yeah, I definitely. It's under the Red Hood that he's Joker, and that's always felt like it's just Bender the whole time to me. But I do like it. I like that movie a lot. Yeah. Hey, Jason Todd, bite my shiny metal ass. And then he hits him with a crowbar.
Though I'll say that the John DiMaggio and or Bender laugh it's a pretty solid Joker laugh.
Yeah.
Just even it being really funny.
I'm gonna do some tank training.
That replaces all the enemy tanks with giant critters.
With praying mantises, yeah. I come strafing for no reason. They're not even aiming at me.
And unmarked bills.
50 million in unmarked bills. The docs at something or the bugs come back again or for good. Or, yeah.
Say whatever you want about DiMaggio. He has one of my favorite lines. I'll need some guys. Not these guys. They're dead.
That is good, yeah.
That's right up there with, oh, right. Dead.
Right, yeah. Bonk? All right. Dead. Okay.
Not gonna lie, I feel like Troy Baker does a good Joker voice.
Yeah, I mean, that's one, though, that we were talking when we were talking, like, people that are just impersonating Mark Hamill. It doesn't make it bad, but it is kind of like he did.
I feel like there was a year or two where it's what people wanted,
yeah,
and then immediately they were like, "Cool, now do something else."
He did Joker in the Assault on Arkham animated movie, which is the same canon as these games. So it's supposed to be Mark Hamill Joker. So that was a good oh cool, you couldn't get Mark Hamill, get the next best thing. But then when he's Joker in the Tomorrowverse, yeah.
It's for Woody.
When he's Joker in the Tomorrowverse, then it's just like, okay, you had an opportunity to be a completely new Joker, and you just start doing Mark Hamill again. But
I think it was Long Halloween that it was the first time that I was like, okay, like we're getting away from it, still there, like
yeah.
I was while I was editing last night, I put in pretty much every single DCAU movie in the project, just for like 5-second clips each. She's like, well, good. The whole movie in the project.
Oh god.
And who did Joker's voice for the Injustice games was good. I do not recall who that was or what it sounds like.
Young Justice TV show?
Injustice games.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll say I'm kind of whack. They didn't get Troy for BTAS Viewmaster. Mark's good and all, but his recent performance just doesn't really fit the Joker of '92. Yeah, are you referring to his Crisis appearance? Yeah, it was an interesting performance. Obviously, we know now that the first thing was not actually Mark. It was just replacement footage that, or placeholder, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I do recall hearing it and going, oh man, I almost kind of wish that it had just not been meant to be Mark's Joker, and that it just they let the guy that did it, and like I kind of like it more.
When he says, I'm flattered, that sounds almost more like Mark Hamill than the actual Mark Hamill.
Right, well, and that's the thing, is that it almost feels like he only did a couple takes. You know? Like he just
it makes sense
and
if he
no one
did,
really
but...
gave him notes. He's just like, here you go.
I mean, yeah, if it does kind of make sense if he did only do a couple for the sake of, like, why would I? Yeah, you got me for 5 minutes. Let me say the Joker thing. Goodbye. I hope that he at least got to record with Kevin, because that was the whole stipulation of like, I'm not going to do it anymore unless it's with
What's wrong
him.
with Brent Spiner and Young Justice?
Oh, yeah, I like him.
Brent Spiner and Young Justice is certainly a choice.
I see that. I like him. It's Data Joker.
Data. Love Arkham Knight. The only thing I dislike about it is nowadays is that it reminds me of how fast time flies, since it's going to be 10 years old this June.
Oh my god, yeah.
I was 16 when Skyrim came out, man.
Yeah, I didn't play this game till a few years after it was out, because when it came out I was like, okay, I got to play all of them. I hadn't played any of them yet. Or no, I think I played Arkham Asylum when it came out, but then I hadn't played any of the other ones. But so I didn't get to this till a couple of years in, but it's still been plenty of time.
I played this one, I think, at launch, but I didn't play Asylum until City and Origins had already come out. But I played Asylum and then I played City, and I enjoyed them so much, like I literally 100% of both of them. And then went on to Origins, and then, like I said, I kind of heard that it wasn't Kevin, and I was like, man, man. Ooh, a Newman Studios.
Oh, hey, Jordan.
Thank you very much for the $10, whatever they're called on here. Super.
Money.
There we go. Yeah,
$10 money.
Use terminology, but that's not correct here.
I
Don't
was
forget
going to
to
visit
visit
Jack Ryder. Don't worry. I do have to go find...
That I will say about this game is that I felt like the Easter eggs out in the worlds were a little better.
Yeah.
Versus City, which felt very focused on having a fun game to play. But this whole area back here is really cool and really fun.
Yeah, all the weapons and stuff.
Especially because it changes as the game goes on.
Oh, yeah, they get stored in here.
Yeah.
I forgot, yeah.
Items that people get locked up in here. So, yeah, thank you again, Newman Studios, for your super.
That's Jordan Blumen.
Celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. We will celebrate that.
Ooh.
We're happy about that.
Oh, yeah, that's our 10th super chat ever, apparently. Thanks. You knew that, of course, when you did that. Oh, there's a Riddler trophy right here.
Yeah.
Great.
How do you get it?
I don't know, man.
That was the cheat mode, the cheat eyes.
that
tell you everything.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm telling you.
How do I do the forget
so
already.
that one is for the, I think
there
the
it is.
explosive drill.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, yes.
Gotta get the answer eyes on.
Why can I not use it? I just chose it, didn't I?
You know, you might not be able to use it in here. Oh, can you just batarang it?
Why wouldn't it do it? Am I stupid? Oh, left trigger and right trigger. Oh, no, it's just making me crouch. Why? How do you do this? Do it, man. You're Batman. Can I? Maybe I can't. I mean, I must be able to. Yes. Release it to equip gadget. I have it equipped now.
Can you literally just like swing your fist? Like hit X? Oh, There you
Oh,
go.
hell yeah.
The chat literally like, just punch it. Just slap it.
Yeah,
Just punch
when
it,
in doubt, just punch it open.
Is there a lore reason why he's so stupid?
Oh, I have to do this. I forgot. Yeah.
It's so
I like the way he's so solve
You know,
my riddle
Batman,
and
I was
screw
watching
you.
that back there. That was the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen.
Up all over the city. Cash, give us a rundown.
All right, let's see.
Get the REC gun in the other room. What does that mean? The rec gun?
Lost contact with the fire crew from station 7.
It wrecks you up. It wrecks you.
I think Batman Arkham Origins deserves a remaster. That's fair. I've never played it, so I think most good games deserve it. So if it's a good game, then for sure we should make it look good, and then we should give it to everyone for free.
Yeah.
Is there a lore reason to keep going? There is. It's because anytime you get to be Batman,
Yeah.
you got to take that opportunity. Here we are, and we're being Batman.
Being
Taking the
Batman.
opportunity.
I'm being my Batman, man.
I have someone working illegal.
Don't worry, Jim. My boobs look real good from this angle.
Do we ever hear like the? No, I guess we do in City. But we don't hear him do the Bruce voice in this game, do we?
I don't know.
Not his regular.
I don't know that
Bruce
he ever bees Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne in
Bruce
this
Wayne,
game.
you know that voice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at all, maybe. I don't know. Apparently, I can't run in here, so that's interesting.
Special place.
Where is that Jack Ryder room? I'm trying to remember. I know it's in here. It's like
Prisoner hall,
interrogation room or something, but I don't remember where it is. Okay, mission select.
Tim Drake
Okay,
was the best Robin. I do enjoy Tim Drake.
I'll look into the
there we go.
Scarecrow's the priority.
What is y'all opinion on the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Batsuit design in general? I don't know what it looks like. Let me look at it.
There we go. Hello, sir.
What are you doing here, Ryder?
What are you doing here?
My favorite masked vigilante. One of those nights, huh?
You shouldn't be in
It's gonna be one of those nights.
I'll let you in on the act.
I mean, it's pretty like.
What do you say?
I mean, it literally doesn't look very different than what he eventually gets in this game. That's all like. I like the yellow. I'm always happy when we move away from the era of dark, gritty, lack of color, desaturated crap.
Yeah, I don't mind it from the trailers and stuff, but I didn't see much of it. I pre-ordered that game with the intent to stream it right here like this, and never did. I've never opened it up even.
It's that's I think it's we'll have to call that as just a waste of money. Did the channel do that?
Maybe I don't know. I don't remember. I think so.
I think it sounds like something that you would have said, like, should we have the channel pay for this?
I
And
think
would
we
have
did,
said yes.
yeah. And then never even did it. Maybe we'll do it in future this or something. I think I just want to stand on the Batmobile.
If I'll say this: live service games it's not impossible that they come back. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just in general, games that have any sort of online connectivity, like they like even games like No Man's Sky, they've tried to make things like that better, and I think that like games like Fallout 76 have absolutely made their online games like worth it.
Yeah.
But after a couple of years, so like it's possible, they're gonna do a second season, and I think the idea that it's Save the Justice League or whatever, I think that's an interesting idea. So obviously, people have talked about that, like, if you do that, then what do you do about Batman, and like his voice. But like, I don't know, I think people get a little too wrapped up in like, well, who plays Batman now? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't think even Kevin was like, I need to be the one playing Batman.
Yeah, they just knew it would sell or whatever, but there's a part coming up, I'm pretty sure, where you get like the new bat suit or something in the game, and at that point I'll probably swap to a different mod just to play
Someone did
something
actually
else.
ask that a while back if you were going to switch skins when he gets a new suit.
Oh yeah, the answer is yes. I don't need detective mode. I know it's this guy. Oh, do I really have to do it to use it? Yeah, okay, cool.
It's a tutorial.
It wants me to... Oh, that's kind of cool. That Oracle mask thing on the wall. Now it's gone.
What characters do you like more in the games than in the DCAU?
Characters do I like more in the games than what?
Than in the DCAU.
Oh, boy. None of them.
I think I like Scarecrow a little more.
Maybe.
I've never really cared that much for the DCAU Scarecrow.
Bane, maybe. Just because he had more to do. He had something interesting to do.
I'd say Croc from like a monster perspective, but like I also do like the DCAU's Croc that's more of like a guy.
You've managed to reduce the compound to its core elements.
I know that the game is only at like half volume. I can visibly see that, but people let me know if it's still too quiet for you. You can bump it up a little more. I'm trying to keep it balanced so it's not interfering with us talking, but it's a good volume for me now finally to hear Coral, so.
It'll take a few hours to bring the satellite.
Try to install the Suicide Squad, kill the Justice, the Batsuit mod for Arkham Knight. If this game could handle any more mods, I think we should try that. But
well, the Batman skins specifically don't seem to be
they seem
causing
to be doing
problems.
okay. Yeah.
He still blames himself for this.
The JLA suit. This is the JLU suit, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they corrected you. Never mind.
Or Justice League animated, perhaps. I don't know. Either one.
Riddler and Catwoman, definitely for me. That's fair.
Catwoman, yeah.
About who they prefer.
Actually, yeah, probably both of those I would agree with. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like we've ever really gotten that great of a Riddler. I haven't seen Reeves Batman yet, so obviously I don't know.
Then you're right. We still haven't.
I got that vibe that he was kind of goofy. But I liked that they at least tried to do something a little different. I think Riddler's an inherently kind of goofy concept that I think it really rides the line of just being the Joker, which is why so many people have just done that.
Yeah. Like Jim Carrey.
That's just the Joker.
I think
it's funny though, because I can't really see him as the Joker.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I think he would actually be laughing too much, you know? So if Jim Carrey could still genuinely laugh like he does, like through some like really horrific acts, like yeah, that'd probably be a pretty decent balance for a Joker, but I just feel like he'd be too goofy with it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't feel like he was an actual like insane, threatening person or whatever. What am I missing? What am I looking for here? What am I trying to do? Oh, here. It's this thing.
Landon, I think your caps lock is stuck. Hot take. I
prefer the Batman.
Or Batsuit. So the TNBA Batsuit. I also like the TNBA Batsuit. There's honestly not a bad one for the DCA. They're all really good. I just like a Batsuit, honestly. I could start some real shit in the chat and be like, "Oh, I like the absolute Batman suit."
You're not allowed to. It's not okay.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
I like Batman.
Design again, too perfect given the events of the game.
I like his...
Hugo Strange by Corey Burton. I thought was much better than BTS Hugo. I agree with that.
Yeah.
These are much better.
Every time when the question was originally asked, I thought I can't think of any, and then as soon as any are mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. That's actually correct. Yeah.
Yeah, the Joker is never as self-consciously funny as Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like Jim Carrey is one of those guys who, like, even when he's laughing, it feels like he's trying to laugh with everyone around him. And I feel like the point of the Joker is that he's the only one laughing.
Yeah.
He's the man who laughs.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I always feel like it's only funny because you're also sitting there nervously laughing at whatever he said, like, oh God, but he's still going to murder somebody. Whereas like Jim Carrey's just throwing little ducks in the Batcave, and I'm not worried. Yeah, put that in the hole. Whatever this is, power winch.
Batmobile mod, right, guys? We do not have weird chill. Love Scott Snyder so much that I will give Absolute a chance. I was even enjoying trying to catch up before Absolute. I'm like halfway through Absolute Power right now, and I was really enjoying it. You know, everything I was catching up on. So everyone's getting real upset about Absolute, but then when I had it explained to me that it's just basically like when Marvel did the Ultimate Universe, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. That's, oh, so you're very deliberately making different characters. Cool, that's awesome. You know, and it's like, you're changing it, you're making Batman this thing. Like, it's specifically not the same one.
Yeah, I'll never really get on board with any of, like, unless it really bothers me for some reason. I do not care if you change a character from a version we've seen 1,000 times already.
Especially if it's good, especially if you enjoy it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's been plenty of castings and character choices that change a character forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the Joker was not who the Joker is today before Mark Hamill. You know, we know the character a lot differently now than we used to because, you know, of the choices one person who played it made. You know, if you want solid cast switch up, Batman Unburied is really good. It's Black Batman. It's what's his?
Oh, the guy from Black Panther, right?
Yeah, he plays
M'Baku or whatever. Yeah,
M'Baku. Yeah, it was like the white girl or whatever it is. His name.
Yeah.
What is his actual comic?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, he's Batman. And then, who was it that? What's his name? He died like last year. He's a bald black guy with he was kind of gaunt in the face. He was.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember his name, but he played Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, I've been meaning to give that a shot. Like, you keep praising it, and
it's really good. And then the little spinoff they did for the Riddler was also, I enjoyed that a lot. I think Hassan Minaj does a really good job as the Riddler. Lance Reddick.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he played Thomas Wayne for Batman Unburied.
Lance Reddick is great in anything. Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like Lucius just threw all this Batmobile stuff on the old man and the mechanic.
Oh, thank you.
Their £2 super. Ranking of the live-action Batman. I actually, funny enough, know your answer to number 1, and I'm excited to see the chat's response to that.
Is it George Clooney? Is that what you know of my answer to?
Well, I remember you telling somebody that it was Batfleck.
Oh, so yeah, I was on the Movies to Watch Before You Die podcast. This question was asked of me,
yes,
and I answered on that. I answered George Clooney because I felt like he looked the coolest as Batman to me in the live action stuff. But then I went through them all verbally in that moment and did not mention Ben Affleck because I just completely forgot about him for some reason. I do think it is that visually. I do think I like him both as Bruce Wayne and Batman, but not necessarily in character. I think I'm trying to, like, how do I not be extremely controversial? I do think.
No, do it, man. Whip it up.
I think him.
Right
yeah, don't worry about it. I think I like him. The costume is really good. Ben Affleck, I thought was going to be stupid as Bruce Wayne because he was too notable of an actor compared to Henry Cavill. But then he's like a pretty boy. Like, he looks like how I imagine Bruce Wayne should look if he was a real person. And the hair, like they did the Widow's Peak for the hair, was perfect. So yeah, visually, I no notes really, other than maybe don't do as textured of a cloth batsuit or something. But sorry, I'm trying to simultaneously remember what I do next here. Oh, I follow the thing. That's right.
Yeah, you just the little light.
Yeah,
the bat signal.
Yeah, but I think I don't like his character in that movie just because he be killing people. But at the same time, a lot of people only focus on that and not his entire character arc across that and Suicide Squad and Zack Snyder's Justice League, where he's like learning that that's not okay or remembering that that's not okay and who he used to be and all that.
We're seeing a more jaded Batman that's kind of the line. We're seeing what basically if in Rebirth he did fire. You know what I mean? Like he just said, you know what, I will start shooting.
I mean, it's what we were just talking about. The like, that's Batman wouldn't do that. That's not. It's different. And like, yeah, that's the whole point is to not do the same thing. Yeah.
It wouldn't. Different. But yeah, I am excited about it. Absolutely, I need to get caught up. I liked House of Brainiac. That was a lot of fun. But honestly, you could hand me a pile of dog shit between the pages of a Superman cover, and I'd be like, yes, this is amazing.
I'd like to see you say that to his face.
He's throwing batarangs through the wall.
Making him hear a sound and come out here.
Who's your worst live action Batman then, since it was asked to be a ranking?
Boy, I don't know. I just gave compliments to Val Kilmer a minute ago.
I actually don't care for Christian Bale as Batman. Which is so funny because like those are my favorite Batman movies. But it's like I think it's really just Pete Holmes ruined it for me.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I think that
I just can't not see Batman, you know.
I just blew up his face on accident, but you know, whatever.
Batman doesn't kill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any that I dislike. Like with like, oh, I hate that one. But there are. I'm gonna say it. I don't like the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I'm sorry. I know it's the popular choice to really love that movie, and it's the best thing ever. But
I think every generation gets their, oh, this is the best Batman ever. You know what I mean? I think that our parents really loved Batman '89, and I think, or I guess. You were not born yet, but still,
barely.
Not yours, but you know, our parents really love Batman '89. We really love The Dark Knight, you know, and I think that the Batman is kind of that similar thing. Where it's like, yeah, there's plenty to criticize about it. Every Batman has plenty to criticize, but I think that for the new generation, I'm sure it resonated with them really well.
Yeah, and I think for me it was just too similar in tone to the Dark Knight movies that I was like, why did you make this? Like, what was the point?
You almost just kind of expect it to be Christian Bale at a certain point.
Yeah, well, and I don't know, I really don't like the costume in that movie. I made a tweet a few.
It gives me Year One vibes, so there's that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Vibe that like it's his first suit.
Yeah, similar with people criticizing Ben Affleck for like Batman doesn't do that, and it's like, oh. Batman doesn't look like that. That's a bad suit. It's like, okay, but I recognize the in-universe reason he looks like that. It's very odd. It looks like a it looks like a jumble of different, like when, I don't know, not that I'm an expert in this at all, but when I sit down to like design a character for our Legacies comic or something, and I'm trying to like translate a comic book character into Bruce Timm art style or DCAU character design laws, I'm having to like, oh, thank you.
Elevator animator with the $2 super.
Batman and Me Holy Grail.
Batman and Me Holy Grail comic.
I don't know what that is. I wish I did.
Pull it up real quick and I will inform you
Yeah.
what that is.
I'll finish this thought, I guess, is that I don't. I feel like the Robert Pattinson Batman suit is a hodgepodge of different design styles and design elements that don't all necessarily fit together, but that also could be part of the he doesn't know what he's doing yet kind of a thing. So just covering himself in all sorts of weapons and whatever. Yes, I know what they do. Yes. It doesn't matter because I'm going to change it. Grapnel with an N. That suit can take the G's.
Helps with that.
What is Batman and Me Holy Grail? Did you discover?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't know what to... trying to Google that and I'm not...
Whoa. Okay, I understand now. I thought Holy Grail was part of the title. It's that hello, thank you for being here and thank you for informing me of that comic. It's that where the kid's name gets put in the comic and it was like the rarest comic ever thing that we got off Etsy recently. Yeah. That was awesome.
I thought we were being told this person worked on a comic and that we check it out. Yeah. I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'd love to. What is it? Yeah,
Holy Grail also sounds like a comic company to me, like a publisher.
I'm going to exit so I can switch to different suit.
The suit looks more inspired by Batman Noel.
I'm gonna do Batman Beyond.
Yeah, the Beyond suit looks good. That also makes sense with the tech upgrades.
Yeah, man.
Batman.
Sherbet, yeah. See, look at this. This is so good. It's so shiny and beautiful.
I don't really see the comparison to Batman Noel and Pattinson, but maybe the belt and the kind of like padded suitness of it.
I can't use it right now.
But
the new suit is faster.
The new suit is faster. Damn.
Yeah, that's a mod we need to get somebody on.
Hello, sir.
Can't turn invisible though, not canon. But did you bring that up where it was just like apparently Terry could just turn invisible?
Tell me you're gonna find Scarecrow. That son of a bitch needs to be stopped.
Oh my gosh, language. Okay, get out of my way. Thank you.
Nick a 30 about it. Are you feeling friendly?
To access the console.
Walk up to NPCs. Are you feeling friendly?
It's not yellow. Yeah, I wish that I knew how to mod stuff so I could just change the yellow. Change it to yellow. Yeah.
I imagine that's like one little line of code.
I assume so too. Yeah.
Like a hex code or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, him blinking was weird.
Love the suit, by the way.
Dude.
Thanks, Barbara.
Oh, that is weird.
Time to find
It's like his eyelids are black. And,
Yeah.
Care for that. Ever noticed that that fast forward season of the 2003 TMNT ripped off a lot of Batman Beyond? There's a villain called Viral that's a total rip-off and design.
I wish I was familiar with TMNT like at all, other than
I've always wanted to get into the Turtles, but I have just never like. Oh, I should sit down and read the last Ronin or whatever.
Well, I mean, I've read the BTAS crossover comic, of course, but then I also. Oh, my goodness! Thank you very much.
That's where Scarecrow's producing.
From
Bobertium.
Excuse me.
What was it?
Super on live stream. Good for you, Bobertium. We appreciate that we were your first.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being gentle with us.
Just a little bit.
Buff Beyond suit looks cursed. I think it looks like Bruce at the beginning of Rebirth.
And I love these wings that are
like
big different.
To, like what we'd see before Terry got there.
Exactly.
You could like if you even wanted to heart cannon it really hard, you could see this as like, oh, this is when he puts on the Beyond suit, and then eventually Terry shows up.
Lucius.
Yet another reason to make an Arkham Beyond game.
Right, I know. We were talking about that yesterday. You were just so mad, convincing yourself how mad you were that this wasn't just a Beyond game.
Should have been. It should have at least been some sort of torch passing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he almost does with Azrael later in the game, but then he just doesn't. I guess if you choose not to.
Yeah, but Azrael's never the right choice.
No.
Like, hey, Batman, you know how you have like qualms about hurting innocent people?
Right.
What if there was someone who did what you do but hurt innocent people? What do you think?
So thank you, Goji Land, for the jump on the Bat-Wagon love. Anyone watching this that doesn't listen to our podcast, jump on the Bat-Wagon. You should. It's very fun and funny and good. It's me taking my friend Brian through the whole DCAU for his very first time. We're almost to Batman Beyond. I hope Brian's not watching and heard me say that, but
also Brian's first time, and we are not being gentle.
In what?
I said it's also Brian's first time, and we're not being gentle.
Yes, exactly. It's very ungentle. I continue to.
So much Batman.
Yeah, I continue to. It's an air date order that we do the episodes in, so it's always these like. We're watching the Mr. Freeze movie after the episode that's the sequel to the Mr. Freeze movie. Sorry, that's just how it happened.
Yeah,
Any word from inside?
Nothing.
Wait, I don't understand.
We think there's a skeleton crew left in there, but they're not responding.
Nobody goes, hey, why are you wearing a Batman Beyond costume now?
The bat symbol looks like a big gummy stuck to its chest. Like you can just peel it off and it'd be
it's squishy. It has a squishy texture.
He's bouncy. Yeah, if he hits the ground, it just goes boom. Darren Guinness kind of fills the void of Damian Wayne and the DCAU continuity of those. Yeah. Is there really a void of Damian Wayne?
Damn, look at me. I'm just walking right up to this. Oh, I like how he's
That's
not.
not you. He sees to it.
This pre-programmed thing. Why is it so low res? Yeah.
Oh, I thought Scarecrow was piloting the helicopter. I'm like, why is Scarecrow piloting a helicopter?
Remotely.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what he does now. He just has helicopters that shoot people down.
Is it helicopters? That's what I said. Dang, look at him go.
Who do you think could be the next Kevin Conroy for animation going forward? If there can be.
I don't know. I think he'll probably have an Adam West style legacy where you just people consider him Batman for forever until someone else comes along that is also Batman forever. Val Kilmer.
I think he does okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I like his Bruce all right. I think that for me, I think the Batman voice is the easy part. I think the Bruce voice is the hard part, and I think that's like obviously people who really like the show they get that about Kevin's performance, is that like his performance as Bruce is not just his normal voice. It's a whole other voice. There's like 4 or 5 different voices.
Yeah.
Character, you know. So I think when a new actor is able to do a good Bruce voice, it's convinces me that they'll do well altogether as Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're not ignoring one half of the character, you know. And I felt like that was kind of what Christian Bale's Batman did, was that it took that idea that Batman was the real guy and Bruce was the mask, like all the way to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know, well, it's like that's a fun idea. I think I don't think it's a bad choice, but I definitely think it I don't know. It's deep. It's not as deep as most people like to think it is.
Yeah. It's they're very well filmed movies, but they're not necessarily like the works of art. Like there's elements to them, like the Heath Ledger performance and stuff like that. But
I will throw on Dark if I'm ever feeling like watching a Batman movie. I'm going to throw on Dark Knight. Like that's just what it's going to be every single time, because it's just a fun time. It's a fun movie. It's got a very basic little storyline, and I have a good time when I watch it. I was 13 when it came out, so it's like nice and nostalgic for me. So, but I think before, when I was a kid, my favorite Batman to put on anytime was like Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
I love Batman and Robin. I thought that shit was the greatest thing ever. But obviously, it sucks when like you like a movie as a kid, and like everyone hates it, and you're like, no, I like it a bunch, and like sometimes you go back and watch it, and you're like, no, see, it was good, people were just hating, but then like then you go back and watch it, you're like, oh no, they were right, it was pretty bad. I think the first time that ever happened to me was Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey. Did you ever watch that?
No, unfortunately, I have not. I know of it. I know all of the memes and all that stuff, and the turtle enough for the Turtle Club. But
I remember watching that again when I was like 13, when I hadn't seen it since I was like 5 or 6, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this again, because I had been enjoying watching Spy Kids again recently, because those are actually fun movies. But watching Master of Disguise again it's like watching Dana Carvey, like, who is at that time like 40 or so, trying to appeal to children. Like, it probably would have done better if it was like one of those SNL movies where it's like, this is a skit we took from SNL that we made into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very clearly aimed at children, and it's so bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, even it was one of those movies aimed at how old I was when it came out, that I already looked at and went, this is so stupid, and I do not want to see this. Yeah.
What year did it come out?
I think 2002.
Just 2002. Yes, that's right. It was being filmed during 9/11.
9/11.
The whole turtle scene being
Yep.
filmed on 9/11. Yeah, so I was 7 when it came out, and then I loved it. Yeah, being a 7-year-old, that made a lot of sense for me to enjoy that movie. But then watching it as a 13-year-old, like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. There's guys up there, I guess.
Vader rocked as Batman. Vader always rocks.
Yes.
Recently, I went back and watched all the Batman movies. It really makes you realize how different all the different ones are. I would agree. Yeah, it really comes down to whoever's directing any given movie, and what they kind of saw Batman as. I mean, like, obviously there's the, it's supposed to be a cartoon, so we're gonna make it look like a cartoon. But I think it's just, I don't know. It's like Star Wars, like Star Wars feels really different depending on who's at the front of the ship.
Whoa, damn, dude. Flexible as fuck. Oh my god. The niñas. Holy moly. I forgot how you're supposed to. There we go. I knew there was a trick to it. Ow.
What's your thoughts on Batman: The Ultimate Evil? I'm unaware of what that is. Hey, it's Eric LeBeau. Hope you don't run into my roommate.
Rock. Thanks, Eric. Eric's been writing into the podcast, and the lore is that their roommate is Killer Croc, and then but Killer Croc can only say rock, and it's just clipped out of whatever episode. Okay. Then what do I? Oh, level up. Okay, cool. What should I level up? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. And
it's almost like it's a decade-old franchise with hundreds of visions. Almost. What would you say for you is the biggest missed opportunity in the DCAU? For me, it's Lois Lane never finding out Clark is Superman.
That is a good answer.
Yeah, and I'll agree to that. It's kind of one of my favorite parts of any Superman anything is him and Lois, because he just, like, I don't even personally care for Lois as a character. Like, she's like kind of the exact type of person I probably wouldn't want to be with. But like, Mark just loves her so much that I'm just like, oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
I like it when you guys are together.
And it does make her look kind of dumb that she can't figure it out if she doesn't find out at some point.
Right.
But
eventually it's like, okay, is she like this genius reporter who can do anything, or is she kind of a dumbass?
Yeah. I have Pulitzer Prizes, but glasses guy, yeah. What do I need to do to untank the tanks? Because apparently I'm not supposed to do the next thing till I...
I think there's probably I think it's the cryptographic sequencer or whatever. I think you can like hack into them, but there's also like a little like you go here thing. I don't know where that is.
I'll throw a battering at it. It didn't work.
What's the way marker like pointing at? What is that?
Oh yeah, good point.
Where's that pointing at?
I guess I should just always go where that.
Probably just follow the arrow.
I guess, man. There's times when I want that, but I also hello.
There you go.
I also don't want that sometimes, where I want to figure it out. But like if I'm playing a Halo game, it's always like, where do I go? So often.
Especially the first two.
Yeah.
I still get lost in the first Halo, especially on the Covenant ship. I'm like, I have gone through like 8 different hallways, and I feel like I keep like figuring out where I am, and then feeling like I don't know where I am. I just don't know where I am. Throw a rock at him. Throw a blanket over it. Put a little fence around it. The windows, James.
What? I thought I was. Am I not doing the?
I think you get a.
Oh, I just do it on the stuff.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of enemies.
Thank goodness we're past the era where directors would be saying, I never read comics or I hate comics, but so I'm making a movie that goes in a different direction. I mean, yeah.
I do recall that time, but I also think that they were doing it then just to be like, no, don't worry. It's not going to be like bad and cheesy and stupid.
Right. I mean, the 90s were where we were kind of like starting to make superhero movies normal and like fun, and we had to make them super, super dark and gritty. Otherwise, no one would take them seriously.
I almost
build it as a very cartoony, especially with Batman and Robin having come out. That was kind of that left such a bad taste in so many people's mouths that like no, we promise it's not like Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and I sort of miss a little bit of the, like I'm very happy to see like actual X-Men costumes and stuff like that instead of black rubber suit. But I don't know, sometimes I'm like, okay, I do want a little bit of the like realism and not necessarily exact one for one.
Well, and that's the inherent problem, right? Is that you're adapting a cartoon or a drawing to a real person, and it's just you're not going to be able to get away with as much.
Yeah.
Like your brain just won't accept it.
Okay, if I used a crane now, then what should I do instead, Batman?
So you see those little checkpoints.
Oh, I have to go there. Okay. Sorry, it's been so long.
Good. I'm also talking at you and reading you chat questions.
Yeah, I understand.
Do a little smash down, takedown.
Well, I tried, and then it's like, no.
Yeah, the fear multi-takedown and just kind of bounce around the room. I forgot. This was, I'll say, one of the better additions to Knight is the little fear takedown thing, where you can kind of just like shoot between people.
Yeah.
That made
it makes it a little bit more like I'm just hitting.
Batman is super crazy powerful.
Yeah. It's a little bit more I'm just pressing a button and the game's doing everything, but I also do like watching it happen. So. Okay.
It's kind of like, I think Ghost of Tsushima has a similar mechanic. No, I'm totally conflating two different samurai things. I'm thinking of Assassin's Creed, the new one, the Japanese one, the samurai one. So it has that same kind of mechanic where it's like, oh, I took one person down, and now I can kind of like, ghost my way over here at the takedown. I just hope Batman doesn't kill in the new universe. I'll say everything that I've seen about the new Superman movie gives me a ton of hope, which is in general how a Superman movie should make you feel. But also just like, I feel very good about what's coming down the pipe. It's just even the suit, and the little scenes that I've seen, behind the scenes photos of, I've been like, oh, it looks like it's gonna be a Superman movie. Like a Reeves Superman movie, it's gonna be good. So I'm excited for that. So that to me tells me that the people working on it are gonna try and be like, if not always faithful, like always make a good version of the character.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the things inherent to Superman is his like joy and reaching out to people and like being a steward of the community and that kind of thing. And I think that if we're looking at that as they're paying attention to these little like important details about people, then I have high hopes that Batman's going to end up being the no kill, help your enemies kind of Batman that I think we deserve, honestly, to see a Batman who stops fighting someone and offers help, because that's something that constantly happened in the DCAU, but when it comes to, I feel like every movie we've seen, it's never like, let me help you, outside of Freeze, which is just kind of the obvious one to do it with. But are you lost again, James?
Didn't realize this was the one I was already in.
Yeah, it's the one you did already. I lost what I was saying.
Oh, just the Batman movie. You have high hopes based on.
Yeah. Just that we're gonna get a Batman that is willing to stop and help the person that he sees in need, and doesn't see them as someone to beat up, you know, because I feel like so much of the discourse around like, oh, Batman just beats up thugs. I'm like, you have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I definitely want him to be more of a smarty pants if they can do that. There's a lot of bruiser Batman in the live action movies, but not a lot of doing detective stuff.
Great detective, yeah.
Like the most detective-y stuff Bale Batman did was like look at rocks with bullet holes in them, and
Which
then go.
Is so funny because it goes too far.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, okay, all right.
Where is the thing?
It's right there. It's outside. Or is there like a thing in each room that needs to be activated?
Yeah, there. Well, I thought so, but maybe not.
Well, it looks like it's that thing behind you, actually. Like, turn on your little eyeballs again. And then to your left there.
What?
To your left.
What are you talking about?
See that smash wall right there?
Oh, well, I think that was just a way to get in here.
It is probably just another, like...
Yeah.
So that pipe just makes me think there's something to do. But I think the thing that you're supposed to be doing, because we haven't been paying attention, is that you're supposed to knock out all these guys so that you can use the crane, and then no one will alert the tanks. Because the tanks are, like, automatic.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Kind of doubtful considering they didn't explicitly show it, but grains of salt and all. What are we talking about? Not to disrupt the DCA timeline, but I recently considered the post-credit scene in Batman and Harley Quinn to go after Return of the Joker, considering the probability she might have moved out to a local TV station in Cali.
I've heard that many times of like, oh, this can't be the same Harley that's in the Return of the Joker movie because there's like she's a good guy at the end of that movie and all that kind of thing. But even Bruce Timm was like addressing that on the Fatal Five commentary of like, oh, it's interesting. Last time we saw her, she was a good guy. Now she's back in Arkham, and it was just kind of one of those like she's just always going to wind up back in Arkham, where it's not like
using the word back in Arkham.
Yeah, and then same with we also did I mean, this isn't a canon thing necessarily, but I like the idea. We've done a Vanishing Point episode on the timeline of whether or not Harley was in the Suicide Squad during the events of that flashback, and that might be like a Suicide Squad mission that she was on to like get the Cadmus tech back from Joker that he uses to
That'd be fun.
Do that to Timm. So I've almost wanted to expand that into a full video because I like that idea so much. Look at all the different ways it could overlap.
Silhouetted Anime says, I think there's a tie-in comic run to that movie under the same name that follows up on that.
Yeah, there is a sequel comic that has some stuff to do with that same period of time after the movie is over.
Power says, I actually factored in the Suicide Squad missions into that. So,
well, okay.
we've got some ideas. They're gonna go back to the old days of YouTube and do a video response.
Right? Yeah.
Like she checks on Batgirl and she's tripping. She looks at Joker. He's dead. Better throw and tell. And finish that mission.
Wish I'd signed up for Airborne. Should have known I'd end up on guard.
Jake Johnson platinum to this game. I don't
know
how you could possibly deal with the patience required. I got down to the final 2 Riddler races. Well, it was a Riddler race and the one where you have to just like get across the fucking city just on your own 2 feet. I did them both like 100 times each and said, you know what? This isn't worth it. And then it was shortly after that I found out that like, oh, the end of the game is locked behind finishing it 100%. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. So I still have not 100% of this game, and I don't even think I've ever actually even looked up what happens when you do. Like I was so annoyed by that, I just didn't care.
I've watched just the YouTube of like the ending, because I also couldn't get past whatever Riddler races and all that stuff.
I think the only other time I've been more disappointed by that kind of thing was, have you ever played Psychonauts?
No.
Okay. Well, it was a game that came out for the original Xbox and the GameCube, I think, and the PS2. But you can 100% that game, and it's an absurd task. It's not impossible by any means. It's just hours and hours of work. And like I did not look up what the reward was before I just went through all the trouble, and it's literally just like an extra cutscene.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
It happened.
Uh-oh. Well, we got there, you know.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, 90 minutes, like 100 minutes?
Well, I'm gonna start it again and see what happens. See how far it, like when it's saved. Yeah.
See, SB Track Tales says, "Are you strictly doing the main story, or are you also in the side? Probably not side missions. At least not for this one, I don't think. Right?
I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess, because sometimes I get caught up in a side mission without realizing it's a side mission.
Well, then some of the Riddler puzzles are actually at least fun. Oh, did it crash again?
No.
Oh, no.
It's just doesn't show the logos for some reason.
But yeah, probably not side missions for this one. I would guess if we were to do side missions for any of them, Asylum, because it's not that labor intensive. Like City's also pretty long, but at least most of them are fun. And I'll say that the Riddler contraptions also made me think a little bit more in City versus the ones that are in this one were like, press the button and get there in time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of, it's not as interesting or fun in this game as it's more of just like a task, a chore.
Says, why did the game crash? Is it stupid? It is.
Where did I park that dang Batmobile? Okay, over there.
Who do you think Tim Drake is married to in Batman Beyond? That's all we know about her is that she's blonde. I like to think that it's Stephanie Brown.
That is the common heart canon, yes. I like it.
Arkham Knight was the only Arkham game 100%. You can, if you had the patience and I guess just the patience to sit through as much work as 100%ing Arkham Knight is, you could 100% either love the other games in like no time flat and also have a much better time.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if this happens again.
The 100% reward for this game is a yellow bat. The Miss Martian thing I could chalk up to a slight alteration in the timeline brought about by the Crisis event in Justice League Infinity.
The Miss Martian thing. Oh, just her coming into existence, I guess.
Yeah. Especially since Jean was integral in fixing the Crisis.
Oh boy.
Had no patience, but I had a lot of grass. I'll say
Jason Todd.
It's not Jason Todd.
Oh.
You promised. I like the suit though. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The little like digital face thing that's going on.
I also like how he has a voice changer. So there's at least that, like, whereas like under the Red Hood he's just talking normally, and Batman's not like, I think that's Jason Todd.
Bruce, you are the world's greatest detective, and you don't recognize the voice of a child you raised. You're a great detective, but a horrible father. I beat every plotline, side quest, whatever in Arkham Knight, except the Riddler stuff. I couldn't be bothered with it. I feel you. Which is so frustrating because the Riddler stuff has been my favorite was my favorite in both Asylum and City. I'm a sucker for platformer collecting crap. I'm a child of the N64 Sega generation, you know? Like, it's just what we did.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of older games is just going around collecting things or discovering things.
Even the Assassin's Creed games are just like, man, I can't even get into it. I'll get into how good the Assassin's trilogy is.
For sure.
Like,
well, and I'm also referring
stop
to...
watching the stream. Go play Assassin's Creed right now.
I'm saying older games, and like we already said, this game is going to be 10 years old next year.
Right, yeah. Yeah, in my head, an old game is like Banjo-Kazooie. You know? But like, Banjo was like the game when I was a kid.
Whoa, Matrix.
You just shot yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Justice League Infinity was the post-anime tie-in comic set in the DCAU. It came out a few years ago with the anti-Amazo.
Yeah, that was a very good comic. I would like to do more content about it if only people would watch it.
Not gonna lie, I feel like Stephanie Brown was a missed opportunity in the case of loopholes and the Bat embargo. They could have done a segment with her training with Batman.
A lot of the Bat embargo stuff is over. Like, I don't know how much I want to talk about it without giving away too much of like a possible video. But
there are 75 people in here right now. If we're worried that those 75 people don't watch the video,
well,
we're in a bad place.
True, but I mean, there's just it's overly exaggerated, I guess. I've even said incorrectly in several videos that it's was like you cannot do this, you cannot use these characters, and because people will be too confused of multiple different Batmans, and it turns out that that's not actually really the reason. But they've also, all the producers have also talked about just how much they're like, we didn't really care that we couldn't use Batman characters because we'd already done so many Batman stories, so it was a nice like excuse to just use other characters. We wouldn't have gotten like the Question Huntress romance if the Bat embargo didn't exist. We wouldn't have gotten just a lot of other focus on other characters and stuff. So.
Sure.
And I do like that, even though let's give Commissioner Gordon Batman ears, even though a lot of the Legion of Doom members are like super duper obscure, like who the hell is this kind of characters. If they had Bane and Scarecrow and whatever they hoped to do for that, we wouldn't have gotten animated versions of those obscure villains. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously that quote that we use for the upcoming video from Bruce Timm of just they were allowed to use so many characters. It would be silly for them to complain about what they.
Yeah. Yeah, spoilers for this week's new video.
This week's new video.
There's a new video this week.
Bat Chappie. I'll take Bat Chappie. I actually think Bat Chappie's fun.
How in the freaking heck do I get over there?
I think Bat Chappie is one of those things that's rooted in the whole like Gotham needs Batman idea, and there always has to be a Batman. Which I'm like, I don't know. I think sometimes the fun is it Bruce that thinks Gotham needs Batman, or does Gotham really need Batman? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. I think that I like when that's the conversation being had. It's usually when they have kind of toward the end of his tenure as Batman. But y'all should do commentary tracks for DCAU stuff, like for Patreon. We have absolutely talked about that.
Yeah.
We actually did a commentary on one of our videos, me and James. What video did we do?
The DCEU timeline.
Ah, yes, because that was such a kind of a big project. We decided to do extras on that, but yeah, that's definitely been the conversation. If you would like some almost commentary on the DCAU, jump on the Bat-Wagon is kind of the place to do it for us right now.
There's also
that's where you're going to hear James, who's been watching this stuff since he was a literal baby, and Brian, who is 40 but still a regular baby. But Brian has never seen it or any of it, and so they're watching through all of it in order. And so if you want more commentary tracks and that kind of thing, that's the best you'll get at the moment. But definitely that's the kind of thing we've talked about before, of doing little commentary tracks. I think we've even said we should get some of the alum that we are in good with.
We're so indecent.
To sit for a couple of those.
Yeah, Serum Lake channel has done done the Massive Phantasm commentary, at least for with Dan Reba and Brad Rader and who was Kevin Altieri, I
think. Did something like that, so no, that would be definitely something we want to do. I mean, I'd take Scarecrow or actual Black Manta over Del Rey. Yeah,
maybe. I kind of like that they had to make a new, like, I don't know, I'm never upset at the new versions of characters they have to make because they can't use other ones. Like, I'm probably just biased because I love this universe so much. But I just
not
didn't
gonna get him to say anything.
Yeah,
mean about it.
I'll say plenty mean about it. Check out Jump on the Bat-Wagon.
Right, yeah. I was
But-
gonna say, like, I even remember because I'm not caught up at all, but I remember
Yeah.
the first 10 episodes or so. It's just like there's so much to criticize for the first couple seasons, especially the outsourced animation.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Legion of Superheroes show compatible with the Teen Titans / the Batman universe, or rather the Batman the Brave and the Bold universe.
Look,
Since
I
James
don't
Tucker
know,
was
man.
bold.
But it's coming. It'll be part of the discussion, I'm sure. Why did I need to
Well, you
do
got-
that?
What's that?
I pulled apart a pipe just now, and I don't know why I needed
Yeah,
to
I
do
think
that.
that's what part of what you're doing is breaking those pipes and stuff. I don't know. just go to the little markers, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if you go in that room though and use your little detective eyeballs, it'll tell you what to do.
Oh, that is a pipe
I'm
thing.
pretty sure that's the thing. I think the pipe might have been something where you could have like broke it and it would have killed everyone in the room. But
I don't know if anyone's in here. Nope.
no, that's the room you keep going back into.
It
That's the
sure
first room you
is.
get everyone up in.
Well, no, this is the second room that I now keep going back into. But yeah.
I like the Gotham Adventures issue with Phantom Stranger that explored a Gotham without Batman.
Oh yeah, that's the like It's a Wonderful Life Batman thing. That was cool. Maybe I need to drive the Batmobile onto that instead of just. I wonder if I can use the.
Planning any
Oh, I
videos
can
on
do
Cape
that. That's
Crusader?
cool.
James, are we planning any videos on Cape Crusader?
Oh, maybe,
Maybe.
maybe,
It's possible.
maybe.
I don't think James is going to make a video on that. I think we'll have to employ a friend of ours who wears a lab coat.
Yeah, it's a different guy.
Looks a lot like James,
Mhm.
actually, shockingly. But as
And
you'll
it's-
see,
it's
and
weird
can
'cause-
see based on the lore of this channel, they are indeed not the same person.
It's weird because he could look like anything, but he chooses to continue to look like me. So.
That's true. I don't know if I'd make the same choice, but
Thank you. Okay, so I'm already.
each their own. It's all he knows,
This
really.
is
You know,
where I
Go
came
with
in.
what you got, what you know.
I'm sorry to anyone that's like played this game a million times and is just screaming at me of what I'm supposed to be doing.
James.
Um,
Yeah, it looks like maybe go inside that room there, huh?
what room?
'Cause- Well, I mean, those are doors there. I mean, you spend a lot of time in this Batmobile, so I figured
I sure
you
have.
could go inside the building.
I could.
Just like threw it at the door.
Screw you. I don't think you can go in here.
There's a window there. Looks like it's left. And that
It's
window
got
you can go through, or
bars.
Can you blow that window, or what's the deal here? Maybe hit that pause screen, and there'll be a little box or something there that might let you know what your objective is. Stop Scarecrow from detonating the fear toxin bomb. Rescue the missing Ace Chemical workers to get information on Scarecrow. So yes, you need to
I'm
go
supposed to get
those
to all
places,
these little
and
guys.
they
Yeah.
each have hostages.
Yeah.
One of them is dead.
Oh,
So
cool.
Go to those places and rescue the hostages.
Well, I'll try.
Let's see. I really thought the Arkham Knight was hush until the side mission. I just figured we were going through the flashbacks because Bruce is a severely traumatized individual.
Okay, spray the gel. He has to do it in his little symbol.
He's creative, you know? I like the Batman Adventures Volume 2 in the 2000s comic issue where Batman finds Joe Chill but never finds out he was his parents' killer before Chill falls to his death. Part of the tragedy is the mystery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good issue, despite it always being the one that we're like, well, this issue isn't canon. It's the only one that can't be, or whatever.
I had a nickel for every time the DCAU comic was not canon to its own fucking universe. I'd have several nickels.
And that you wish it was, yeah.
I can handle it, Robin. I've told you what you have to do.
Robin, what have you done to your hair?
What is wrong with your face, Robin?
You know what's at stake.
Why are you so much more 3D than the last time I saw you?
Much worse.
And see, it's funny because I'll say this much, and this is going to be me denigrating BTAC a little bit, is that I feel like the Jason Todd reveal in this one was done better.
Oh,
BTAC,
yeah.
because when I'm reading BTAC, I'm just like, it's Jason. That just even looks like Jason.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even letting you think that it's anyone but Jason for more than a second. Like, wait, there was another Robin before me? Like, yes, Tim. I've just never, ever said anything about it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And even if they did do that, and, like, I would have been okay with it had they given him a unique, like, origin story or whatever. Instead, they just made it exactly the same as...
It's just Jason Todd again. It's just the same Red Hood origin as it always is.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm missing messages here. I've never been a fan of Robin's buzz cut in these games, to be honest. Yeah, it's just not a great look for him. Feels like a remnant of the gritty superhero genre, you know? Your design stuff. Loved the scene from For the Man Who Has Everything when Bruce's dad kicks Chill's butt. That is a satisfying scene. Also, why didn't Batman spray explosive gel like the symbol when he fought Poison Ivy? Is he stupid?
Okay, that should be good.
That's your man. Blow his face off. Yeah, just go downstairs. Perfect, yeah. So I've been playing so much Fortnite recently, I wanted you to, like, run and slide.
I was trying to. I was seeing if you could, and you can't.
You can do that.
I thought I was
supposed to be able to run and slide.
I thought it was just running and then hitting the crouch button. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, sick. It didn't do it the first time. Okay.
It's just gotta have your Apex
yeah.
muscle memory kick in.
Oh boy. Can I just do this? Can I just go down here? Will I die?
Matthew Pryor, if there's one thing you're gonna do, it's not lie, because you're not gonna lie. I think the BTAC issues that meddle with canon the least are the ones that don't tie in to some action figure or television show that the execs shoved in their face. The HBO Max reference is a goofy thing.
Mm-hmm.
BD Knight says, on a phone call and missed your answer if you saw my question. That was the question of if we're working on anything for Caped Crusader. We were being coy and cheeky, but yes, we are in pre-production on a Willet cannon for Caped Crusader, whether or not this fits into the greater DCAU universe. So
correct.
We will be revisited by our good friend Crashing Arkham Knight.
We will be revisited by our good friend Arkham Knight crashes when I do a Batmobile thing. Good lord.
Exactly.
Now I won't even crash fully.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Oh, dang.
I might have to...
but yes, we'll get the Willet Cannon coming. My favorite thing about the Arkham series is playing the game so much.
Oh, no.
That anytime I watch a Batman show, usually I'm like, oh, no, I know that place. I've seen the inside of it.
It's doing that version of the crash we experienced the other night where I can't even close the program and I had to restart my computer.
Shit.
So that might be the end of what we're playing today, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up at 4. Anyway,
yeah, I have to be done in 10 minutes anyway, so I'll switch back to our just chatting
we'll
style
come back
screen.
To the chat, the decision to have Tim and Barbara in a relationship in this game was so out of nowhere and didn't contribute anything. I'm glad at least Young Justice had Barbara officially be with Dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Tim Drake and Barbara just sounds weird.
It does. I mean, I'm just so used to
like
Tim Drake is like a 13-year-old. Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
But yeah, to expand on the Caped Crusader question, yeah, we're doing a Willet cannon on it. I will say that if you haven't picked up on this fact from the fact that we keep pushing a Willet cannon on the Batman and Teen Titans, Willet cannon is now no longer necessarily restricted to just the DC animated universe, like whether something fits into it. It is more just like, does this DC thing fit into this other DC thing? We do try to keep it as DCAU adjacent as possible because that's our core audience, but it's more open. So like don't necessarily wonder how we could possibly do a Cape Crusader Will It Cannon on, like, for the DCAU. That is going to be part of it, but I won't say any more. No more spoilers.
We have plans. I think we have 3 more planned.
What? Will It Cannon episodes?
Cannons? Yeah.
Oh, at the moment, not like in totality, but yeah, ones that have
planned, yeah,
that are on the list, the to-do list.
2 of them are projects with people with other.
Oh,
people
well then maybe there's 4. I forgot about that one. So yeah.
Because I know about the one with the one guy who likes the one specific thing, and then there's the one with the several people who like the whole universe of things.
Which one is that?
The one with the Japanese monster. It's meant to be Godzilla.
This is too removed from the truth for me to even understand which one we were talking about. Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're a
Japanese monster. Yeah, we're Peep Pod.
The Japanese monster being Godzilla. That was the reference I was.
Oh, I see.
It.
Okay, I was thinking like the subject matter of the video, but I understand now. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Giant Japanese tentacle.
Yeah, Godzilla and Batman. I was playing as the Beyond suit because I was playing as the JLU suit, and then in game he got a suit upgrade, so I figured I might as well switch to that one. But in the future streams, I'll probably be doing just kind of switching around between those 2. There's a Cape Crusader one, there's a BTAS one, there's a few other ones that I'm interested in playing as for longer than just seeing what they look like. I will say, for those of you that are still hanging around, I know a chunk of you left as soon as the game crashed again, but I will most likely be doing these at this time on Mondays, unless anything changes. I'll post on social media and stuff like I did today that this was happening to confirm. But yeah, my kid is going to school now because he's stupidly old, and I don't like how I like it for the sake that I can do stuff like this. I have an open chunk of time during Mondays now, but
the landslide bring you down.
And James, why aren't you also helping Xavier? Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That was the one that he couldn't understand.
Yep. That's the one I was
trying to be careful and go like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say out loud.
Yeah. No, we have several Will It Cannons in the pipeline. The most recent one didn't perform as well as we'd hoped, so we were not doing another one like immediately. But that one of Teen Titans and the Batman is still the, like, once we hit 200 Patreon supporters, like, work begins on that regardless of, it's one that people have been asking about for a long time. So hoping that can happen pretty soon.
Yeah, so give us money and we'll make it.
Just go to patreon.com/DCAU Watchtower.
Good time to mention the Patreon hangout.
Yeah, we're doing a pumpkin carving contest. If you didn't see that on our Instagram, Twitter, etc., there's a post about it for all the details. But yeah, we do quarterly video hangouts on Patreon, and this October one is going to be a pumpkin carving / painting contest. If you want to enter, you just go to our Patreon to join that tier, and then you can see all the details on our posts about it. We're just going to be hanging out, streaming spooky DCAU episodes, carving pumpkins, and then we have we'll be doing voting on our Patreon or on our Discord server for the winner of the contest.
Vote.
Yeah, anyone can vote on the Discord. You don't have to be a Patreon member. The voting is free. And yeah, so Coral came up with that, and I'm very excited to do it, because I suck at carving pumpkins, and I'm glad that I do, because I shouldn't be even allowed to enter the contest anyway. Like, oh, I win, actually, I get all this stuff.
I've had to clarify this with a couple of people already. If anything precludes you from carving a pumpkin, whether that be like you don't have the materials that are actually good to carve pumpkins with, or you know physically can't make it happen, like, you're more than welcome to paint and like glue stuff to the outside, that type of thing. Like, obviously keep your outside decorations as, you know, minimal as possible, but like if you're more artistically inclined with a paintbrush or a marker or something like that, and that's easier for you to do a pumpkin, you know, we want you guys all to be able to participate. Also, the contest is for patrons, but you can make your own pumpkin and tag us on socials all over the place. Post it in the Discord. More than welcome to do that, and just share that. We have one guy who even says he has no social media like any kind, and so he's going to post it onto the subreddit, which which is not very active, but we're still going to check it.
Yeah, we'll still look. Yeah.
So make a pumpkin, even if you don't join the Patreon, you can still at least show off your pumpkin. Can't win your special badges and your free merch, and your free toys and your statue of Nightwing, but you can still.
Yeah, lots of cool prizes and stuff, including stuff that we've been including as parts of giveaways in videos that never get claimed for whatever reason. So, yeah, there's toys and free merch and things like that. Shadowcat asked how many Patreon subs we're at right now. I believe we're at 167 or 168, something like that. Every
time we have more people sign up past 167, we have a couple drop off.
Yeah, it keeps fluctuating around that number, but I'm sure it'll get up there.
That's why I wanted to do the hangout like this, is because I want it to be worth it for the folks who give us money. Is that we're a little bit of a mess with our Patreon right now, but I think that these hangouts are really fun, and they're very valuable. I enjoy them.
Yeah, and then we're also
come back every time too. That's the really fun part. There's other creators in there too, so if you like any other creators that like are similar to us, and like hang out with us, like they tend to show up for those. So,
yeah, Serum Lake has been a top patron for a while. Yeah,
two birds, man. Luke Serum or Serum Lake.
Luke Mirrors, Serum Mirrors, Luke
Anagrams. He hangs out with us pretty much every time.
Yeah,
Kyle from the film release.
Yes.
Yeah, join us.
There was someone had asked in the Discord, or I was mentioning to someone in the Discord about how God, what was I going to say? Oh, the Patreon tiers that we haven't, or someone asked like, oh, are you still doing the voting for vote for a video? And we haven't done that in a little while, but we're going to be looking at changing those tiers to more reflect our current. We haven't changed them since we've been in our new like monthly schedule, monthly in quotes, non-weekly schedule, to where we don't really have the
as we and James are capable of.
Yes. So yeah, we don't have as many opportunities these days to have user voted videos exist, but once we're gonna flip through those and kind of tinker with them, but there's still gonna be lots of cool stuff. And the hangouts are always a lot of fun regardless. When we changed them to a quarterly one, we made it so we're like everyone's gonna be a very special event kind of thing. We had Dan Reba on for a Q&A earlier this year. We did a Mad Libs thing for the last one, which was a lot of fun. So yeah. But yeah, I gotta hop off. So thank you, 55 people that are still here. That'll start counting down now that I'm saying goodbye things. But I appreciate everybody that hopped on and watched us play or watched me play and Coral talk with me for this game. Like I said, I'll be doing this hopefully weekly on Mondays at this same 2 to 4 Pacific time. And yeah, closing thoughts, Coral.
Thank you to everyone and their very nice comments in the chat. I've seen a lot of people just say things like, you guys do things really well and you're the best at what you do and all that kind of stuff. And I just really appreciate that.
Thank you.
We put a lot of work into the stuff you guys see. And ideally 2025 is a much busier schedule for us, and you guys are seeing a minimum of 12 videos next year. So
yeah,
just thank you for being here. Thank you for making 14-year-old me very excited and feel like their dreams have come true. So it's a nice time to be with this channel and to have you all here with us.
Those are some great closing thoughts. I liked those a lot. Thank you.
The thoughts I have all the time about these.
Yeah.
Finally got to tell them directly.
Yes. Anyone watch?
The VOD will be on Pod Tower. You will definitely.
Yes, that'll be up within probably tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna keeping track of it all. So, okay, thank you everybody. We'll see you later.